Working at Matthewson's means you have an enviable choice of classics to drive around in. But here's the question. If you could only have one, what would it be?
It would probably be like a utility. So either a double cab van or pickup with a top to make it a van.
An all-rounder, something I could tow with, chuck the dogs in, come to work with, go out to dinner in.
I just feel comfortable in a van.
What are you driving at the moment?
Toyota. My Toyota, and I love it to bits. Absolutely bang on. I've always liked things that you can chuck something in the back. You haven't got to worry about it too much. And, you know, I know it's a tatty old thing. I bought it just this year. Best vehicle I've ever bought, no question about it.
On the rare occasion they all agree on something, let's hope our next buy will keep the peace. The Subaru pickup, or Brat. B for bi-drive, R for recreational, A for all-terrain and T for transporter. It was produced between 78 and 94, selling a truckload in the USA at 100,000 units. The front end was based on the Subaru Leone four-wheel drive estate, but the back was styled on the Chevrolet El Camino. Engines were initially a Boxer 1.6 and later a 1.8. With a low centre of gravity and four-wheel drive, the Brat was agile and sure-footed, so was pick of the crop with farmers from the Yorkshire Moors to the Aussie Outback. Unfortunately, they were built to work to death, and then left to rot in a field. So surviving examples and spare parts are like hen's teeth.
It's ever such a proper, genuine old truck, innit? Bit of a repair on seat, look. Starts on the key, sounds right enough. I like these old trucks. We used to run them. My brother's had a few, and I think I had 3 of them, I think. All the farmers had to have one of these. You went from an old Series 3 Land Rover that wouldn't pull itself along, didn't have a heater, couldn't have a chat, and a lot of guys jumped from that to one of these. And just revolutionary. They would bound along 60, 70 miles an hour, in comfort, good heater, have a chat, got high and low box, 4-wheel drive. Oh, you've cracked it, haven't you? Absolutely cracked it. The only one downside, they rotted in front of your eyes. So for one like this to have survived in this sort of condition is pretty special, really. It'd be nice if you could give 4,500 quid for it, wouldn't it? You know, 5 grand.
1994 Subaru 284 four-wheel drive pickup. On sale from the word go, 5 grand and sold then 5 grand.
It's at 5 already. Just wait. Just play it cool.
5,002.
We're off. I thought we were waiting. We're running.
£5,600. 5,600. 5,700. Is that a bid, Mick? 5,700, 5,000.
Is that Mick? Am I going against Mick? Am I bidding against Mick?
Third and last time. Bangers in Cash Restoration Team, 5,800. Sold, 5,800. Thank you.
Hang on. Yeah, he's not worth it, Mick. Leave him, Mick. Leave him alone. Leave him.
I could have gone to 6 grand. I could have gone to 7 grand. Still got out with it.
Yeah, leave him. Get him in the dark later on.
At least this takes in good spirit.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't hold a grudge. Give it a year and it'll be forgotten about.
Might be a good idea to move the Subaru on. And what better place to take it than Graham Walker's in Chester? Reliant and Subaru specialists who were responsible for a first-class restoration of our Scimitar.
So chaps, after the success of the Scimitar,
Yes.
we thought we'd bring you another car.
Oh, thank you very much.
Any ideas?
Do you know the labour rate started?
It started already?
Yeah.
Well, they just stood there.
2 people that's right. Well, you can have them a half price for the first half hour.
Better get a shift on then.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. It doesn't look too bad from the back. Farmer's favourite. It's a good job we've got our trimmer on hand.
Can you fix it?
Can you fix it?
No problem.
Ooh.
That's a bit of a worry, that hole. You can see it's absolutely full of rot in there.
Well, at least there's something for Gareth to do to it. Garrett's very, very good. Very, very good. Very particular at his welding. Takes him ages.
The builds have started already. Dan Lindop and Dave Jones will be doing most of the labour.
That's the only tools that Dave has got, you know. It doesn't deal with spanners or sockets or screwdrivers. It's just a pen and a pad.
It's a bigger pad though, isn't it?
Yeah, a brand new pad, which I'm going to take some pages out of so we can't fill it up.
Yeah, there's a few dents down the sides, but we have a really, really good guy, Kev the Dent. He's here on Tuesdays. We'll set him on it. I think he'll get most of them.
See the ones in the roof from here. Maybe it's had...
There's one there.
With it being a pickup, planks of wood on it.
It's going to have to be really, really nice.
It could be.
Oh, it could be, yeah. Throw enough money at it. Yes.
Sorry. Throw? Throw, Dave?
Yeah. Invest. Let's say invest. Oh, okay. It doesn't look as though it's been doing any fighting. It looks really straight.
Has he written anything down yet?
No.
He's just written the number plate down.
Do you reckon I should hide his pad?
Yeah.
There is an oil leak down here.
A rocker gasket.
It looks like rocker gasket, yeah.
It's expected with a flat 4.
The flat 4, or boxer engine, has horizontally opposed cylinders moving in opposite directions, balancing vibrations for a smoother ride. This layout lowers the engine's centre of gravity, improving handling and stability. With better balance and reduced vibration, the flat 4 delivers both performance and a unique sound, making it a defining Subaru feature.
This chrome trim around the bed, and particularly on the top of the tailgate, is a bit battered, and that is going to be a real challenge.
I've had a little idea.
Sorry, you've had an idea, Graham?
Yeah, can we put an STI engine this? About 300 brake horse.
And
then
how much isn't that going to cost?
Yeah, but it'd be very special, wouldn't it?
Because they've already suggested that we just throw money at it. And
Yeah, I like throwing your money at it. I like it a lot.
The majority of our expertise is with the Imprezas.
But that's what everybody thinks of, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The rally car, the race car, the performance car, don't we?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the two don't share many parts, including the exhaust.
It's got a hole in the exhaust, but the label's still good there. Perhaps they should have made the exhaust out of the stuff they made the label of.
Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but in reality, we have a bit more corrosion than initially thought.
A hill.
Oh, another one.
So that is a hole in the rear wheel arch?
Yes.
That will need welding?
One big one and one not so big.
Road salt is obviously, that's very corrosive, but so's cow muck.
And it's not getting any better.
For sure, it's got an oil leak.
Yeah.
But it looks to me like the oil's coming out the head gasket, not the rocker gasket.
Oh, God.
Worst case scenario there then, Dan, what does that mean?
Engine out, heads off.
Engine out, heads off.
So a little more investigating to do, but it seems Dave is more concerned about spare parts.
The biggest task at the moment is finding the people who've got the bits. The parts that we've got, Subaru parts that we have got in stock, are really only service parts for Imprezas.
In Chester, our 1994 Subaru Brat is being tended to by Dan Lindop and Dave Jones, who's looking at our upholstery.
This material, although it looks quite good, it's actually split, as you can see there.
And that's not the only problem.
The seat won't, it only moves that much.
This is because it's a passenger seat and doesn't fit correctly. Not uncommon in farm vehicles.
The driver's seat is the one that gets all the use. And when that wears out, typically they'll find one of these that's being broke for spares. The driver's seat in that would probably be past praying for as well. So they get the passenger seat and make the passenger seat fit into the driver's side.
A sensible modification for any working truck.
I think they've put the longest bolt in the world in it.
But because the seat isn't adjustable, it will fail its MOT.
That there, it's foul in there, and the seat belt, you can see where it's been cutting into it.
So our only real solution is to source an original driver's seat. Easier said than done. Let's move on to the dents. And, right on cue, aptly named Kev the Dent, here to make our body beautiful.
There's a dent in the roof, and I'm going to try and lift the worst of the dent out first before I get a bit fussier with the bar. So there might be a snapping noise in a sec. There's this panel, the roof dents to be done, one on the bonnet, a couple on the doors, and some of them you get are a quick fix, just a couple of pushes and they're out, but these are a lot more involved. It's on the way now, not too far off. You're keeping the panel original. That's the big thing. It's only original once. Once you put filler and paint and primer on it, and you've got all the VOCs going up into the atmosphere, eating away the ozone layer. One call to me and you save all that. You'll be getting an email from Chris Packham and Greta Thunberg, saving the planet one car at a time.
In Chester, our 1994 Subaru Brat is being spoiled. It's out with the rust and in with the new metal. Gareth Sabble is the man for the job.
Sometimes you think, you know, a hole's not that bad until you cut it out and then you see what's behind it, you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see.
It's a work in progress. But there is some good news. After months of hunting, looks like we've found a driver's seat.
It's been a global search for driver's seat. You know where we found one? Pickering.
Right under our noses, a stone's throw from Matthewson's.
Another Subaru enthusiast has got a couple of Brats apparently. He's been kind enough to give us the correct handed side seat, which we're going to use, and we're going to send him one back in replacement. Cover's been stripped off of it. It's been broken down into its two parts. They come apart nice and easy.
Matt, the trimmer, has been given the task of reupholstering both the seats to match.
There's a bit of a colour tone difference because one's clean and one's not. We can see it's a very similar pattern.
The same fabric that's used by Porsche. We joined Matt after 3 days of prep work, reverse engineering the pattern from the old seat covers.
It's a bit like paintwork, it's all preparation, and it's 10 minutes of stitching at the end. So really pleased with the result on that because we've managed to track the herringbone line perfectly all the way through. We don't want the stitches going off because it will stand out like a sore thumb.
Before the new cover is fitted, a repair needs to be made to the padding.
It's worn out, in and out of the car all the time. Where's the seat foam through? But quite easily done. We will cut that out, put some new foam in it.
His weapon of choice is normally used on a Christmas turkey. Metal wires are then slipped into a material pocket to attach the cover to the frame.
That is a hog ring. So that ring will hook onto that bar and the seat frame, pull it together, and that's now attached. And we're getting a bit of puckering, a bit of pulling into this centre line, accentuates that cross stitch. Won't easily want to come over. So there's a little bit more fettling that goes on now. Hot air gun or a hairdryer, just to warm up, soften the vinyl so it takes the shape.
While Matt finishes the seat covers, in Pickering, Philip Thurlow, who supplied our driver's seat, has also offered to make us a tailgate trim. His day job? Making wood-burning stoves.
Yeah, we should be able to adapt our machinery to make the part for you.
And Philip has the perfect template.
As far as I know, this is the only one in brand new Subaru packaging in the world.
And it's not for sale?
Definitely not for sale. This is for my special one that I'm building.
An ongoing project that has seen Philip buy not one, but 5 Subaru pickups, all because of a lack of spare parts.
There's a lot easier cars you could have chosen to restore.
You're not wrong there, Phil. And rather than invest in our own fleet of donors, we think manufacturing is the way forward.
So how does this all work then?
So this is a CNC machine. This is the press brake. It's got 85 tonne of pressure that comes down through the machine, through the tooling, and it will come and form inside that tooling there and bend the part and gives you the shapes that we've programmed in on the computer. You okay?
Yeah. So, after a few carefully measured bends, we're not far off.
There we go. So we've got the finished part now, all bent up.
Within the space of an hour, you've made us an impossible part to buy.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. It's what we do here. We perform miracles.
Next week, walking on water. But before that happens, we need 2 end caps making for the trim. Engineer Jimmy Walker is going to use a 3D printer to make it happen.
Which is 36.
The profile of our trim is measured, then drawn into the software.
That's correct, as per the measurements I've taken from the end profile.
And once Jimmy's happy, he will create a code that the printer can read.
I think that should be bob on, as we say.
The 3D printer works by adding the material layer by layer, slowly building the object from the code.
Moment of truth. Ah, perfect. So we just need to go now and mirror the model and make the one for the opposite end.
In Chester, unfortunately, Gareth is still finding holes in our 1994 Subaru Brat. But more worryingly, Dave has lost his list.
Well, I haven't lost it. I haven't lost the list.
Now we know you like the list.
I do.
And you've made a list.
I made a list. I made a list.
And somebody else has lost your list.
Yes.
Gareth, there's a very important question to ask. You haven't seen Dave's list, have you?
No.
The search is on.
Right. Nope, nothing.
I just don't know where he's put it. He's put it somewhere safe. And it's that safe, you can't find it. Check under the bonnet.
Are you saying you've put it under the bonnet?
No, but you might have left it there.
Why would I be under the bonnet? No. Some bits there that Matt'll need. No list. I've thought of somewhere else.
Man of the cloth, Matt, is reinstalling the headlining.
Lovely.
And all fixtures and fittings.
And if I recall, when I took it all apart, I wrote on them, rear view.
At least you haven't lost them.
We haven't lost them.
You're going to tell me you found it?
No. These things happen.
So, Matt, we've now got 2 correct seats.
As correct as they're going to get, I feel.
So we can get to all the
We can now
adjustments.
access all the adjustments, recliner, the seat can slide back and forth, which is necessary. Obviously been re-trimmed, the foams have been rebuilt, new covers on them, so these should last the next owner, hopefully, the rest of the car's life.
You're on with a bit of fiddly trim that we've brought. Which
I have.
David,
What?
I found your pad, mate.
No, you haven't.
I have? What? Yeah.
What's that?
Dave's list.
He's just written
Subaru
that.
Brat. And there's nothing on it, so it must be a minter. He's going to kill me when you go. You know that.
But this is the trim that Philip made. There's a slight curve to the tailgate. And this is dead straight, but it's quite malleable, so it will.
So a little bit of modification possibly needed.
Yeah.
And we're not far off. The suspected oil leaks have been checked and are not as serious as first thought.
Yeah, nearly there. Yeah.
Seems to be some doors missing, Dave, but obviously that's aiding us putting the seats in. Oh, sorry. It was on your list, but we can't find the list.
I thought you had the doors.
Right, so the doors, a new exhaust and some decals, which is where we're going next. And Richard Fowkes, owner of Wizard Sports and Classics, is no stranger to the Subaru Brat.
I think we've sold 10 of these over the last few years, and they always sell better with the stickers on. I mean, particularly in this beige colour, they transform the appearance of the vehicle. What are we having down the side? Subaru or Brat? I can't remember.
Brat on this one, I think.
Chelsea.
John Hayes works with Richard across any number of cars in stock.
Done a few like this colour anyway, and all the decals are here, all laid out, and then it's just a matter of just plonking them on.
This may look easy, but John has over 40 years' experience designing, perfecting and applying the decals, decals, stickers, anyway.
Stickers have always improved cars, in my opinion. Any manufacturer who puts stickers on them knows what they're doing because it adds an element of sportiness to it, I think, or exclusivity. Ford RS, Alpina, Abarth, anything you could think of that nature in that period.
It's a nice cold day, they go on quite easy. Like a different vehicle when you put a few decals down the side and that with the colours and that, transformed it. Another Brat on the road.
One last stop for our Subaru Brat, checking in with Tony Banks for a brand new exhaust.
There's no exhaust available for this anymore because it's so old, so we're going to hand make one in stainless steel. Yeah, it's an American pipe bender. It's one of the best you can get. They're not cheap, but they do the job perfectly. Yeah, that's perfect, is that?
Lucas was responsible for the welding.
He's doing his apprenticeship, is Lucas. Soon he'll be able to weld underwater.
Mind blown. Cutting-edge technology is what we're about. But how much has this all cost us? The original purchase price, including tax and commission, was a very bullish £6,322. Parts and materials were £2,022. Labour cost another £7,542. Decals came in at £360, and the custom exhaust £660, bringing our total to a decidedly sheepish £16,906. Back at the ranch, and our Brat is the cream of the crop.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's nice inside, actually, isn't it?
This is lovely. Yeah, it's lovely.
I bet they're quite capable because they won't
Oh,
weigh
you
now, will
what?
they? I bet
Until
they'll
you
go-
bottom out, anywhere you want to go.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want to go.
Lot number 314, 1994 Subaru. Here we are, a massive, massive favourite of mine. What's Mick doing?
You stole that off me. He's still not happy we outbid him.
94, 96,
Look where we're at.
98, £10,000 we've got. £10,000 here. 10,002 with Jackie there at 10,002. 10.8 says Young Sooty there at 10.8. 11,004, 11.5 on our phones, 11.5, 11.8, 11.8. 12.5. 12,500, that's the way to do it.
Someone wants it.
At 12,005 for the first, second, third and last time. Bang, it's gone.
That's a result. That's a result.
Well done.
From northern country bumpkin to London city slicker, our Subaru Brat is taking it all in its stride.
Out the way, tourists. Boop, boop.
Alex Burgoyne from Notting Hill is the proud new owner.
I mean, there's so much to like about this car. It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, the colour for one, not necessarily to everybody's taste, but I really like this. And then the decals, I mean, they look absolutely amazing, and I particularly like the fact they're orange as well, which I really like. I mean, it's quite nippy. It's got a little bit of grunt to it. These seats are really squeaky. Not perhaps in its ideal location, but then having said that, it's going to be very well looked after. It's going to have a very easy life now. There's going to be no more, sheet rustling for this car. But taken out and used, it's something that you can enjoy and have some fun with. Lots of smiling people. I sort of, maybe laughing at me rather than with me, but that's okay. Depends who you show it to. Some people look at it and are like, what have you done? And then you show other people and they're like, that's the coolest car ever. So it divides opinion, but that's fine by me.
It was a car that would help me get to the races quick.
Retired racehorse trainer Brian McMahon has been galloping along in this Subaru Impreza for 20 years.
What's it like to drive, Brian?
It's a villain. It's a villain. Riding out first thing and then coming in, having a quick breakfast, have a quick shower, suit on, clean shoes on, in my car, an hour and whatever from Haydock or York or, you know, them places.
But it's time to move it on.
Well, the thing is, I'm not getting any younger. I'm 85, 86 in 3 months. Somebody else is going to get the pleasure. It's a type of buzz that you can't buy it, you have to drive it.
Also being put out to grass is Brian's 1973 E-Type.
We've got a V12 with 4 carburettors. So it likes a drink, and you've got to be drinking pretty regular. You can't go past too many petrol stations before you need to give it a drink.
And do you mind me asking how much you paid for it back in the day?
£1,500.
Enzo Ferrari is said to have described the original E-Type as the most beautiful car ever made. And who'd argue with Enzo? Good looks aside, 0 to 60 in 7 seconds at a top speed of 150 miles per hour gave you supercar oomph for a fraction of the price of a Ferrari. 1971 saw the arrival of the Series 3, the last of the E-Types, but it was some swan song. A big 5.3-litre V12 engine meant the mark went out with a bang.
When you used to drive to the races in a car like that, it just used to get people looking at you. All cars have the day, but I think it'll give somebody else a bit of fun now. And I've had all the fun I could have out of it. There's not many things in the world now that I want. You know, all the new cars that come out, they're all electric now, and so I keep my eye on those.
So you might be selling the Jag and the Subaru and going electric?
Yes, seeing what that's like. Unless I get a chauffeur and he can drive me about.
Dave's hitching the wagons for a trip to the Midlands to pick up a couple of thoroughbreds from former racehorse trainer Brian McMahon.
Subaru Impreza, that's what started the ball rolling. 2 USPs with that. First, one owner, being the gentleman, which is lovely. Secondly, I'm not quite sure of the age, and age is only a number, but there's rumours that perhaps 80 odd. So, yeah. And then that led on to, there's an E-Type in the garage as well.
They're sought after cars, and I just hope that the people that get them appreciate them.
How are you, Ronnie? All right, mate?
Oh, yeah.
Good lad, well done.
I thought you'd had a punch.
No, I've been sat nav sending me round here and then round there, and my truck's down the bottom. I'll go and get it. I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
So the Subaru, you treated yourself to that new then, did you?
Brand new, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're a bit of a boy, you, aren't you?
Do you think so?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
And it's just you on the logbook, Brian. No dealer, no nothing else, just you.
Yeah.
Former keepers, no one.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to reserve it a bit lower, but I think it will end up 14, 15 grand.
Right. And how much of that would I get?
Most of it.
Right. Don't forget I've been to 1 or 2 horse sales.
Oh, you know how it works. I know how it works, yeah. Right. But we're not in guineas, so we're OK.
No, right. No odd shillings here and there.
You've got to be sensible with a guide and the reserve, then you get some interest, and then you know what happens. You know, it's the way it's like. You go like that, and he goes like that, and then he goes like that, and then before you know where you are, you're where you really want to be.
Yeah.
The Jag, then, that's nice, isn't it?
Well, I paid 1,500 for it, or 1,600. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll throw caution to the wind, and I'll double that for you. How's that? Have you had any paint work done to it, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's had a respray.
Yeah. Nice with the roof, though.
Yeah.
Nice, that, though. I like this blue. It's a nice car, actually. Level old car. And the nice bit about it is Brian's had it since it was like 2 years old. This will be the next I wish I had mine still, because they were everywhere. They were the fast car of choice because they were fantastic value for money, and they were extremely reliable, and they were everywhere. And now they're not everywhere. These will become, like I say, that next wish I'd have kept my car.
Great bit of driving now.
Right, mate, I'll speak to you on the phone, and I'll get that paperwork off to you.
I'll tell you what, sweet enough, innit?
The E-Type and Subaru have arrived from the Midlands.
I've always had a soft spot for Subarus. Dad's had absolutely loads of them. And I remember as a kid, you know, coming home from school and waiting for him to get back from work. And he had a bug-eye, a blue one, with a spotlight pod on the bonnet and a roll cage and bits and pieces in it, but done nicely, great big red mud flaps, like, it's so overkill. But as a kid, like, I used to absolutely love it. And yeah, on a night we'd go for a drive, and I've always been Subaru mad.
As a child, the first car I owned, pedal car, was a Triumph E-Type Jag.
There's always fabulous cars here that you dream about.
I'm window shopping. I'm just like a kid in a sweet shop.
Under starters' orders, the two fine fillies that have come from racehorse trainer Brian McMahon's stable.
In most people's eyes, that's really the one you go for, that era of Subaru. The STI was the top of the shop at the time. Blue, gold wheels. You know, we're starting to tick a few boxes here, aren't we? So consequently, what I'm getting at is everyone went out and bought one. Everyone went out and had a go and thought, and then everyone ragged them to death and crashed them and blew them up. And now all of a sudden, you know, you can't find nice ones because of what we said. They've all been wellied around everywhere, and 7 owners, 9 owners, 10 owners.
Where do you think we're at price-wise for this?
Mid to late teens. Yeah, mid to late teens. Might do. No, I don't think it will do 20. It'll do that though. It'll do mid to late teens. It just shouts genuine, that car. It really, really does. I love the blue. I love the model. I think they're a real user-friendly E-Type is of E12. It sits right, it looks right, the lines are nice, you know, tyres are right, inside's lovely. We have lots of E-Types, don't we? There's probably half a dozen kicking around here now. And most E-Types have had a massive restoration. But there is no, as I say, and we all say, don't we, there is no substitution for a genuine low mileage, low owner car.
What do you think price-wise?
40 grand. Might do a bit more. Might do a bit more because I'm very enthusiastic about it, aren't I? Yeah, and if my enthusiasm comes through, it might do a bit more, mightn't it? Lot number 52, one of my favourites, the most genuine WRX STI you're going to find. What a character, what a top man Brian is. We went down, we spent half a day down there and made us extremely welcome. We had a bit of a giggle as well, as we often do. Like I say, he's the right character, racehorse trainer. Yeah, and just thank you, Brian, if you're watching, for your welcome when we came down. You couldn't have made us any more welcome. So thank you very much. Hopefully we'll do okay with your 2 cars today.
It's like a story time today, isn't it?
He's
liking
his little platform, isn't he?
We've got 12,200 quid bid there on the car. 12.2, 12.4, 12.6, 12.8, £13,000 bid. 13.2, 4, 6, 13.6. 13,600, 13.8, 13.8, 14 and 2, 14.2 at £14,200, worth every penny. 14.4, off they going. 14.6 at £14,600, 14.6, 14.8, 14.8, £15,000 at £15,000 bid. 15.2 at 15.4 at £15,400. 15.6 on the internet there at 15.6, 15.8, back with Andy. At £15,800, it's your bid, Andy, for the first, 15.8 for the second, third and last time and fair warning at £15,800.
Better than the estimate. Next up, the Jag.
Jaguar E-Type, arguably one of the most genuine Jaguar E-Types that you're going to find. Where are we going to be on that? We've got 30,000 then, Will, please, if you can. 30. £30,000 we've got. 30,500, 31. 31,500, 32. 500. 33. 34. 34, 35. 35,5. 35,750. 35,750. 36. 36,000. And a quarter. 36,250. 36 and a half, 36.5 at £36,500, probably one of the best value E-Types you're going to get at the moment, I would suggest, at £36,600 then going, at 36.6 for the first, 36.6 for the second, third and last time at £36,600. There we go.
Bang on. Both Brian's cars have run out winners and are now off to pastures new.
Hi, how can I help you?
Another day, a chance to make another $1.
I've got nothing on that one at the moment.
And soon to be heading towards Yorkshire are 2 cars which are known to make grown men go weak at the knees.
We are going North Wales. It'll be a long day, won't it? Anyway, yeah. Subaru number 385 of a 555 run, which I'm assuming was done to commemorate a rally victory of some sort. It looks a lovely car on the photos and things, in blue. I like the Subarus. We've had a few of them. Dave's had more than anyone like, but yeah, we've all had one. And it's a family car that goes like a race car, really, doesn't it? Trying to find one that hasn't been around the world and hasn't been meddled with.
Or around a tree.
Or around a tree, even more importantly, is very tricky.
The other motor is a Ford Escort Cosworth with all the bells and whistles. 2 cars that are top of the pile in looks and performance. It's no wonder Dave's volunteered to do the pickup.
Certain models have doubled, if not tripled in price in a very short space of time. But the limited edition one seems to all of a sudden taken a big step. There's a McRae edition behind me over there. That there's hardly any difference really between a normal one and a McRae edition. A couple of badges and I think a different set of wheels. Very little really. It'd be nice to get out for a day, because I haven't been out for weeks.
These are cars that you like?
Yeah, my era. Yeah, the sort of thing that I can quite easily get passionate about.
Carl Knowles has been a fan of Japanese performance cars since he was a youngster, and over the years has owned cars that remind him of the good old days of rallying.
It's a 97 555 version 3 Impreza, never imported officially into the UK, and they were built to commemorate the World Rally Team Subaru winning the championship of the previous year. It's also the WRX version, which is basically as close as you could get to the rally car on the road. They made them for 3 years, 555 per year. They're quite rare. A lot of them, that have been driven have been crashed or they've rusted away. So to find one that's rust-free with original panels is quite a rare thing. So people are starting to recognise that they're quite a collectible car. Before I was able to drive, I joined a motor club and got heavily involved in marshalling and went to watch a lot of rallies. These were the cars that were doing the rounds at the time, and they influenced me, you know, a lot on what I wanted. Colin McRae, who was a young up-and-coming star at the time, he'd been showing quite a promising career, and they stuck him in a Subaru Legacy. And he was fast, so they put him in one of these, and he was ridiculously quick and entertaining.
There was little in the first wave of family-friendly saloons and sports wagons of the WRX rally storming icon that the Impreza would later become. By the second generation, the now all-familiar shape was pinned on the bedroom walls of fans across the land. And rally success, together with limited editions, made it the car that every petrol head wanted. The third incarnation turned down the exterior styling. Many critics said it all looked a bit bland, and although the engines were still super fast, the car was no longer the poster boy anymore, and sales dwindled away.
It's reliable. I've had it for 4+ years now. I use it as a daily driver, but it's getting to that time wherever I park it, somebody opens their door on it, and the miles are starting to clock up. I've started to recognise that there ain't many around. It may be time to move it on and have a fresh start with a different project. It's been enjoyable, but it's time to move it on.
Carl Knowles is dishing out the elbow grease.
How are we doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah.
I'm just about dry. You could have cleaned the bloody thing.
Yeah, I know.
And just about every three-door Cosworth I have come through as a aftermarket exhaust.
Yeah.
We went through a phase where you couldn't really get new
regional
equipment, you know. So, yeah. No, it's nice out there, mate. It is, yeah. Paul put down 20k on a sheet, I think I saw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it all works,
and
but...
and I thought, oh, it'd have to be quite nice to do 20k, and arguably it is, isn't it? So
I've been watching the Owners Club and a few websites where they tell you the sold price.
Yeah.
And there's ones that have got issues that have gone for 27.
Anyhow, but no, I'll get my ramps down. We'll do that. Not a problem. Yep. Yeah, just to me a little bit steady. Yeah, whoop, that'll do. Bang on. Yeah, that'll be all right. Jobs are good, aren't they? Saves me doing it, doesn't it?
I'm going to miss it. I use it every day for work, so yeah, it's going to be a bit strange when I go to work on my bike. But yeah, I hope it goes to a good home.
A handful of years ago, this car was 5,000 quid. You know, tops. £5,000 bought you a very smart Impreza 5 or 6, 7, 8 years ago. You could never buy an Escort Cosworth for 5,000 quid. He's hoping for around 20k. I think he might be hoping, if I'm honest. It's not a bad example, and it's here, and it's working, and it's good inside, but I'm still struggling to get my head around some of these prices. I think probably because they've just shut up so quickly in such a short space of time. And let's face it, they only made 555, probably 255 of those have gone, and then 150 owners don't want to sell them anyway, so that narrows it down to 150. I would imagine probably half of those are going to be overseas. It's not particularly a buyer's market, is it, here, the way we're talking about? It's definitely going to go to enthusiasts. No one's going to walk in, are they, and think, oh, do you know what? I was looking at that Robin Reliant, but I've just spotted that 555 Impreza. We're going to go for it, Ethel. we're going to have one of them.
The family run 9 auctions across the year. A mountain of memorabilia is sold, as well as thousands of cars from every era. But the motors making good money these days are the ones that are still fresh in the memory.
452 is the 1997 Subaru. Here we are, 15,000 I've got anyway. Nice wheels. We've got a second set of wheels with the car as well, the original wheels. 15,000. We need more than that, I'm afraid, guys. We do. It's worth more than that, and we need more than that. We'll have to move on, I'm afraid. It is a more valuable car than that.
Limited edition, and on this occasion, limited interest. At the next sale, the Subaru is back.
Where are we going to be on that? At 16 there, 250, 16.5, 16,750. At 16,750, won't be long before these are a 30k car, these. I daren't knock that down, we're too far away, but thank you for your bids at 16,750.
It's way below the 24 grand owner Carl was hoping for, and it's decided it's best that the car returns to North Wales.